Hello, my intelligent, beautiful followers. This is a special episode of the mentor piece, and it's quite personal to me. So, this is a motivational piece. I love encouraging people. I always said the mentor piece, or why I wanted to become a mentor, was to become the mentor I needed when I was younger. So, I know we're in the last quarter of the year. So I thought I would encourage you to break all those limiting beliefs. So if you didn't accomplish your goals throughout the year is not over yet. Even if you are able to accomplish one of the goals that you set out for yourself, it's still better than accomplishing nothing. So I want to show you a video to really give you context of how sometimes people have put you into a box and you feel like, or based on other people's perceptions of you, you cannot break out of this box. So the illustration that I'm showing you is basically where somebody put an ant on a piece of paper and drew a circle around the ant. So now obviously in your mind, the ant can walk over the circle because it's drawn on the piece of paper. The ant is not trapped in a box. However, the ant's mindset feels that it's trapped because of the perception that it finds itself in. So as I'm looking at this, I'm thinking to myself, how many times have we taken advice from people, or people have said something about us that is untrue, and we have placed that limiting belief on ourselves. So today, this is the last quarter before the year ends. I want us to break every limiting belief that we have of ourselves. So if somebody has told you that, you're not smart enough, you're just hardworking, that is absolutely nonsense. It's actually a trigger for me. I believe everybody is intelligent, everybody has their own gifts and talents, and I feel like when people place their negativity or their the insecurities on you, you almost take it as your own. Well, today it stops. Today is a new day where you look at yourself and you tell yourself that you are worthy, that you are capable of doing anything you put your mind to. And whatever you set out, no matter how small the task is, no matter how big the goal is, nothing is impossible when God is by your side. So today's episode is really just to encourage you that you can do it. That the exam that is in front of you, the mountain that is ahead of you looks so massive. And I told my mentee this, and it's my father-in-law actually taught it to us in a sermon, and I thought it really hit home that when we, for example, we see a plane and we see it's like so far ahead and it looks so tiny because it's so far away from us. That's the same thing of how we approach God. When we're far away from God, God looks so small. But when we draw closer to God, He is actually so near and He's so big that He's able to do anything. He's the God that does the impossible in our lives. So I want us, if we are struggling with insecurities, if we are struggling with negativity, if we are struggling to talk to ourselves positively, I want us to go to the Word. I want us to go to our spiritual father and really speak to him and say, Lord, I am struggling with how I speak to myself. How can I draw closer to you so that I can gain the confidence within me? And I know this is not a spiritual episode, but I'm a spiritual person, and the whole Ace Foundation is based on Proverbs 3 verse 5. So I'm definitely going to encourage you from the word. And my favorite scripture that I tell my mentees to have a scripture that they can fall back on, but my favorite scripture is to trust in the Lord with all thine heart and lean not unto my own understanding. And you can go look it up in the Bible, but it's basically shaped how I look at things, that sometimes things don't go your way, but when you put your faith in God and you trust in His divine intervention, you know that whatever the plans that God has for you, it is for you to prosper. So this is just an encouraging episode that no matter how tough the task is, no matter how big the mountain is, nothing is impossible with God. Just remember that you are worthy, that you are loved, that you are appreciated, that you deserve good things. And I can tell you now, the more positively we speak to ourselves, the better our mindset becomes, that when somebody tells us something that is untrue, that we don't believe it, that we are able to do anything that we put our mind to, and that we can break every limiting belief or anything or any word that somebody has spoken over our lives. We can break it today. And I challenge you today that start by telling yourself that you are worthy, that you deserve good things. And I can tell you by the end of the year, you would have seen the massive progress you would have made in your life. I believe in you 110%, and there's nothing that you cannot do. Love you. Bye.